I'm Peter Coates. I'm a member of Longhirst Parish Council.
Tell us a little bit about the Longhirst Litter Pickers, how they got started and why there's a need for such an organisation.
Well, Chris Lediard founded the Parish Litter Pickers back in 2003, so they've now been going for 15 years. In that time they've met every month. They've gone out and cleared the verges of the 4 main roads that lead into Longhirst. They estimate in that time they've collected over 1,000 bags of rubbish. They say they can build a car with the various parts that they've found, and this morning, as you've seen, they've found a bathroom sink that was left on a verge at Upham Lane. So the amount they've collected over the years is tremendous.
Now they're doing a job that a lot of people would think perhaps ought to be done by the county council.
Yes, we understand that the county council doesn't have the resources it once had, but litter has always been an issue for decades. But Chris and his team decided that it was time something was done about it, and they've set about it and done it very effectively.
And who do you think are the worst offenders?
Well, it's passing motorists. It's noticeable, say on the road to Pegswood. There are individuals who go along there at a regular basis and throw a can, often of John Smith's beer, out of the window. I suspect there are regular offenders. They go to the fast food takeaways and they just chuck the stuff out of the car window rather than go home. We've seen other instances of quite major tipping exercises, which the litter pickers can't handle themselves, but our parish clerk Ian Thompson regularly phones the county council, and they do come out and collect the material that's been left at the major sites.
If you had a message that you could get across to these people who are doing the littering, what would it be?
It has to be, it is not difficult to take this stuff home. Why do you insist on throwing it out the car window? It is very unfortunate that everyone else has to put up with it, and in our case it is necessary for a team of people to make a substantial commitment of their own time and come out and clear up after you.
And the fact that you've got these people volunteering to do this work in all weathers must say something about the community spirit in Longhirst.
A number of people comment on how strong the community spirit in Longhirst Parish is. Litter picking is just one example.
So I suppose in one way there's a community, another community benefit of the Longhirst Litter Pickers, in as much as it brings people together.
Exactly. I mean, once the litter pickers return to the village hall, we've set up a coffee morning. 24 villagers come down and have a cup of coffee and some homemade cake, express their thanks to the litter pickers. Again, the community comes together very well indeed.
I dare say that they would all be equally happy if they were out of work tomorrow, if people just took their litter home.
I'm sure they would much rather just come here for a simple cup of coffee. They do turn out in all weathers to pick up this litter.
Longhirst Parish Council have decided, after 15 years, to acknowledge the work of the litter pickers, which was originally founded in 2003 by Chris Lediard, and they've collected litter every month for the last 15 years along the main roads out of the village, which everybody is very grateful for their efforts, because they're all volunteers, and it is a bit hazardous these days with the traffic and everything. And we've been happy to support them in the past by providing them with reflective jackets and litter tongues, but we feel that we should make a bit more of a point of it rather than just providing things from the background. And so this is why we've got the cake with 15 candles, 15 in the shape of a 15, and we're presenting them with these bag holders to help them with the litter. So we'd just like to say, we're also like to thank Linda Mowbray, who's made the cake for us, and I'd like to say many thanks to Chris and all his willing volunteers for all the hard work that they've done over the last 15 years.
I mean, we've lived in the village for over 40 years now, and it was getting worse and worse and worse. And nobody was going to do anything about it. The councillors don't do anything about it these days. And we said, we have a Longhirst newspaper once every 2 months. I put a little note in, the leader, and said, you know, I'm going to do some litter picking. I'm going to meet on the second Saturday of every month. If anybody wants to come and join me, please help and tidy the village up. We've had a huge response from the people, and it's ongoing, and it seems to be growing. Sadly, so does the amount of litter we have to pick up. That's growing as well. It's all the fast food outlets from places like Morpeth. People buy fast food in Morpeth. By the time they've driven to Longhirst, it's out the window because it's finished, and that's it. They don't put it in bins these days. They leave it for us to pick up. It is difficult, but if we don't do it, then it wouldn't get done. And over the years, I mean, 15 years I've done it. That's 12 days a year, and I've picked a bag a day. That's 180 bags in 15 years, times by about 6 or 8. You can work out how many thousands of bags, that's bin bags of litter we picked up, which would still be out there if we hadn't done it.
And is it something that you enjoy doing?
No. I do it because because I just hate to see the place be untidy. And sadly, of course, we're all getting older. So we do need new people to take over, and it would be nice if some of the younger ones came and joined us.